Ooh. Get in there, my son. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. This is a preview for the game tomorrow against Young Boys in the Champions League, and just with all the latest United news and goings on as well. What is going on, guys? Hey, Bell6891, what's happening, man? You what? Declan and Dad, hello there, Declan. What's happening? Ronnie Dodge, Eddie Trooper, Ezio at a tour, Philip Munnins, Cody Elder, everyone else as well. Berber, thank you very much for getting in here, dudes, for the evening show. We've got some things to get into. We've got a few things to cover in regard to the latest United news, and also we're going to be talking about the game tomorrow and what sort of formation we could play, what sort of system, and of course the team news, injuries, all that kind of thing. So we're going to get into it all in this video. Do us a favor at the start of the stream, hit the thumbs up button on it, give it a cheeky little like if you haven't done so already, and also get yourself involved in the comment section for that as well. It's a fully interactive show. Get yourself in here. We will dip in and out of the live chat as we go along. And if you're on catch up later on, get down below with your predictions in, any of your points and opinions about any of the things we discussed in this vid, and also your formations, team predictions, and score predictions for the game tomorrow against Young Boys. Shazad Ahmed's back in the gaff. What's going on there, Shazad, mate? So, I hope you had a good time away there, Shazad. I hope you're doing well. Guys, let's get a cheeky little love heart in there for Shazad Ahmed, who has been a member of this channel for 14 months. Get in there with an early score prediction as well. He says 4-0 to United. How you doing there, Shazad Ahmed, mate? So, and also shout out to Ice Queen Gaming, who came back and became a member today as well. Absolute legend as well. Let's get some more love hearts and bacon brigade emojis in there for the legends. So, thank you so much, hashtag 14, for being a member for 14 months of this channel, Shazad, seriously. But 4-0 to United is your prediction. I like that prediction, my friend. I'm going to save my prediction for a few minutes' time, but I like that prediction. Everyone's getting their predictions in. Okay, fuck it, let's do predictions. So, I'm going to say my prediction is, let's go. I like your style. I think we're going to get at them, even though we're going to have a much changed side. I think we're going to batter them. Let's go 5-1. I'm going to go 5-1. Screw it. All-out attack, at home, high press, better players, technical players. Yeah, we might leave ourselves open exposed before they have scored against us, but come on. With the technical players we should have on there and Rangnick's new system and the boost and everything, I'm going for goals, baby. I'm going for nothing but outrageous goals. So let's go with 5-1 to Manchester United. But it's great to see you back in here, Shazad Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What a don, and for being a channel member all that time as well. And shout out to Ice Queen Gaming getting in the live chat as well with some love hearts. Love that. Thank you, guys. Okay, so it's gonna be changes, guys. So let's get into it. So the preview tomorrow, obviously the game. We're already top of the group in Champions League. We have secured safe passage through to the next round. We don't really have to worry about, getting through by the skin of our teeth. It's already done. So Rangnick has the luxury where he can just change things around now. He's obviously going to want to rest certain players as well that have played for him the last couple of games or played for United the last couple of games. He's going to rest it. He's going to rotate it. He's going to change it up a bit. And, we're going to get into the possible lineups, the news and all that kind of thing. Just to let you know, the team news, like the injuries, obviously no Edinson Cavani or Rafael Varane, they will not be available because of injury. We know that Luke Shaw, though, is back training, and also Jesse Lingard returned to training ahead of the game. So, I mean, they could feature in the game. So that's just a bit of an update on the players who are out. Obviously, no Paul Pogba as well. He's still out with a long-term injury. But Rangnick is, at his presser earlier, he did mention that he's going to give starts. It was alongside Nemanja Matic, and Nemanja Matic is getting the captaincy for the game tomorrow. So that is the sort of the big news, really. No Slabby Maguire. He's going to be rested. Get in there, my son. Which means, we're going to have Nemanja Matic captain in the side. Anybody but the Slab, to be fair. At least he's been there, done that one stuff, and had a great career, and is experienced and all the rest of it. We're also going to have Donny van der Beek starting in the game, as well as Dean Henderson in goal. These are things that Rangnick has already said beforehand. So he's confirmed that Nemanja Matic will wear the armband, and he's also confirmed that Donny van der Beek will start the game. He said that Dean Henderson and Donny will be starting the game. Harry Maguire will be given the night off, essentially. And also he did say that it will be Nemanja Matic that is captaining the side, which also indicates that Bruno Fernandes may not be starting, because obviously he Usually does come in and take the armband if Slappington Maguire's not taking the armband. And it also maybe indicates maybe Ronaldo's not starting in the game, possibly, because, you know, you'd think maybe he'd give him the armband if not. So Nemanja Matic leading the side. Seems like there's going to be wholesale changes all around the pitch. And we'll get into the latest likely lineup right now, in fact. So, yeah, once again, do us a favour if you just get in. There's 53 legends watching. Smash the like. Also, give it a share on social media. That always helps us out loads. Do share it on Twitter or whatnot. Gets a few more people in here watching. Thank you very much, everyone who does that. And hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new too. So Maguire won't be in the side. This is the current lineup, dudes, that I think we're going to start with. So, okay, we could have Luke Shaw starting at left back there. That is a possibility, but he's just coming back in here. I see it more likely that maybe Tellez, who's in good form and looks very physically fit at the moment, might be starting in the game, and Luke Shaw coming on in the latter part of the game to take over. That's what I personally think. But sure, it could be Luke Shaw starting in the game. Henderson, we know, is starting in goal. He's already confirmed that. So no David De Gea, who's been in excellent form for Manchester United this season. Henderson's only had one start, I think, this season. That was in the Carabao Cup. So this is an opportunity for him. He needs to take it. He has to have a good game. Fact is, we're sort of wasting him at Old Trafford, really. He needs to go on loan or go somewhere else, or maybe even be transferred for the benefit of his own career, in all honesty. But I guess this is an opportunity for him just to play for Rangnick here, maybe try and impress. You'd think we're going to batter them, so we'll have to see how he does. Hey, what's going on, Banana Grapes and Paul? How you going tonight there, dude? Eddie's Football Waffle, Batman Night Fan, lots of legends getting in here. Hey, Bell6991, thank you so much for the £2 super chat, boss. Get in there, my son. Everybody, let's get a cheeky little super chat emoji in there for Bell. Thank you very much, Bell691. He says, no, getting piggy with it. No. I see what you did. It's hard to make out what tune it is when you just see the no there. It's Will Smith getting jiggy with it, but getting piggy with it. Bell691, thank you so much for the super chat, boss. Legend, hope you're well. Right, okay, so let's get back into it. So the formation here, 4-2-2-2, essentially. You know, you could see, obviously, the it's not too different from a 4-2-3-1, really, is it? A 4-2-2-2. It's just essentially you've got a striker, instead of being in the hole, he's obviously a bit further up top. That's all it really is. And obviously, you know, your wide players might be squeezing in the middle a bit more, and then your wing backs overlapping essentially, or coming up and playing as wingers. You know, so it's a nice look side. I think it looked good last time out when Rangnick played it, obviously on the back of a really good result. This should look, again, good. We're at home. If we can play with the same sort of level of intensity we did in that first 45 minutes, we'll probably absolutely smash up Young Boys. Man, that sounded messed up, didn't it? But you know what I'm saying? We'll probably absolutely decimate them. No, we'll probably slap them about. I don't know what I'm on about anymore, but you know what I'm saying? The team, Young Boys that we're facing, we're going to beat them. Oh, my God. Anyway, Lingard, Sancho in there, Matic and Donny. The midfield's already picked. He's already told us who's playing. You've got Lindelof and Bailly at the centre-back positions. No Maguire. I guess maybe somebody else could be coming in there at centre-back, but I think he will stick with those trusted pair. He does want to be reasonably solid at the back. Those two as a duo, I think, would work well in a Rangnick system anyway, because they're both pretty good in terms of, you know, speed, pressing, passing. Certainly Lindelof's more of a passer out of the two of them. Bailly's more of, I guess, your more sort of limited defender, who's going to be more so your physical, ball winner in the back line. And I think it could be a good combo under Rangnick. So we'll see. And if we're playing up with a high line, then it can come in handy as well when teams break against us to have a bit more pace at the back there. So I'd love to see that. And then Wan-Bissaka at right back. Dallow's been in good form, but I just feel like, you know, Wan-Bissaka needs to get a chance here under Rangnick. He wants to rotate the team anyway. He's probably going to go with Dallow at the weekend, so why not put Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the spider, in there? I don't think there's been any news about him having that hand issue anymore, so I think maybe he could be fit to play. The rest of the pitch, I mean, it's quite hard to choose and know what's going to happen, but I personally think something like this. Jesse Lingard coming back to fitness. He may be put in there given an opportunity. He is a pressing sort of player. He also is being talked about as somebody that could be sold in the January transfer window. Newcastle United, West Ham United, various different teams interested in Jesse. and for decent money, but his contract's running out. Maybe you could put him in the shop window a little bit here in this game, which is meaningless against Young Boys, and see if he can do well and score some goals or create or just look decent. So that might be in their thinking as well. So I think Jesse Lingard starts the game, and then Sancho's been in good form recently. I guess he might have a night off, but I would imagine that he's going to select a couple of the same players that have been playing. I think Sancho is his little boy wonder. He wants to get Sancho settled. He wants to get him in good form. He wants to get him settled in this new system. So he's going to be experimenting with Sancho in this game. And then the forward line, I mean, who knows? Ronaldo wants to play in the Champions League, whether it's against Young Boys, whether it's against Barcelona or whoever. He wants to play. And you saw what Messi's done earlier tonight as well, getting a couple of goals, getting on the score sheet, taking the headlines. You think Ronaldo's going to be happy about that shit? Listen, I know he'll go with whatever the team and whatever the manager wants and suggests and what is best. And a 36-year-old Ronaldo does have to be managed a bit differently to a 26-year-old Ronaldo. You know, you've got to be a little bit more careful about the selections and the games that you use him for. And the facts are, this game is ultimately meaningless. You don't really need to put your thoroughbred racehorse out there and risk injury or risk anything really. Just he would want to play and score goals. He could probably fancy himself for getting a hat-trick at Old Trafford against Young Boys. So I'm not ruling it out, because Ronaldo, is a Champions League player and he always wants to play in the Champions League and add to that record. And if he's fit and ready and says, look, boss, I want to play, it's hard not to select Ronaldo because he's the GOAT. But I just think he should have the night off. He should not play, and that we should give an opportunity to a couple of the youngsters. I.e., we've got Anthony Elanga, who came on the other day for Rangnick, which is a little bit of a surprise. Supposedly he's been impressive in training. And then you've also got Mason Greenwood up top there, who hasn't played all that much recently, but, he's still a great young talent. Rangnick also brought him on the other day, and he provided an assist for his teammates. So I think that it would be a great game to just give opportunities to some youngsters here, and also some of the players that haven't played a lot recently, such as Lingard and Matic, Donny van der Beek. These are players that deserve to be playing some football, and give them a chance and see what they can do. So that's my lineup for the game tomorrow, guys. What do you think? Get your personal team 11s in there, or anything you would change about my team is probably easier, actually. Let me know what you think. We'll probably be going with a formation similar to this. Yes, great to see you all in here tonight, by the way. King faces, why are you starting Elanga? Well, it's really just because this game against Young Boys in the Champions League means nothing. We're already top of the group and certain of that. So it's not really a problem to experiment and change things around for this game. Plus, you look at the other players that are in the team, surely we'd have the quality to be able to win the game. And with Elanga in the side, it's just a great opportunity for him. He clearly has done something right, just for the fact that Ralf Rangnick selected him in the team. And, the other day, as in coming off the bench, he wouldn't do that unless he looked at him in training and thought, yeah, he's a decent prospect. He's given him a chance. So I think he might give him another chance. So that's my reasoning behind it. He's got to make some changes. It's a meaningless game of football. He can literally just experiment, change things around, give opportunities to a couple of youngsters here, and change things up. So that's pretty much what I'm going for. You really want to see Ahmed play. That's a really good point as well. 1-3-3. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with Ahmed at this moment in time. It's a very good point. Ahmed and Shoretire, says Connor Matthews. Absolutely. Yeah, it would be nice to see these guys, particularly Ahmed Diallo, because we paid, what wasn't it, like £37 million for that guy? That's a significant amount of moolah, lads and lasses. You know what I'm saying? For anybody. So the fact that we paid it for an 18-year-old and we haven't really seen him yet for Manchester United is a bit weird. I would like to see a bit of Ahmad Diallo action too, I'm not going to lie. I know he had that injury. He was set to go on loan, I think, in the summer window to Feyenoord or somewhere in the Netherlands. And obviously he had an injury last minute and wasn't able to go. So I don't know what's going on there with him. But yeah, it's a shame. He needs to get some game time. Definitely agree with you. Man United Pasta thinks the same thing as well. What's going on there, Naz786? Eddie's Football Waffle says, I'd have someone else instead of Lingard if he's leaving. That's a great point as well, yeah. We don't actually know what's going on with Lingard yet. So this is the situation. He's a homegrown player. He's in his prime in terms of age. He's still just about on the fringe, of the England setup. So he's a good standard player. When he was at West Ham, he was impressing. He could go to various different teams and be an asset to them. Just not a top six side, probably. He's always going to just be a squad player there, like he is at Manchester United. But basically, Yeah, so Jesse Lingard, he's got the qualities to be a very good player somewhere else full-time or a bit part player at Manchester United. So I sort of see what you're saying. He's got an option in January to leave or in summer to leave on a free. We might get a new contract offered to Jesse Lingard because a new manager's come in. This might be a chance for him to play Lingard and, speak to him a little bit as well in and around the game and also see what you think of him. Because a manager coming in, everybody's slate is clean. Jesse Lingard, what he's done before at United, he's done some good things for us, but it's kind of forgotten now. There's a new manager coming in. If he wants to utilize Jesse Lingard, who is a good pressing player, a good squad player, not somebody that's going to be first name on the team sheet by any means, but as a squad player coming in to cover for injury or to rotate for games like this, pretty decent player to have around. Depends what Jesse wants. Does Jesse want top-tier football at United to maybe win things, challenge for things, play with an amazing team, players like Ronaldo, etc., training alongside him? Or does he want to go and be the main man at somewhere like West Ham or Newcastle United or somewhere like that? Because he can go and be more of the main man. He can go and do what Phil Neville did at Everton and do that at one of those teams. I reckon he really can. He was fantastic for West Ham when he went there. But you're right, though. In a way, if he's leaving, why waste the opportunity on somebody else? But then, it's maybe an opportunity just to gauge him, what he's wanting, what he can offer you, and see if Ralf Rangnick actually has any interest in signing him up. He is homegrown. He is in his prime. At my only concern, he's on too much money for what he is. If you can have some sort of reasonable contract negotiation with him, though, and get him signed up to a new deal as a squad player, nothing more than that, then I'd say, it's not a bad piece of business, to be fair. He is in his prime. You're only going to lose him on a free in the summer. So, I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards, let's see what Rangnick thinks of Jesse Lingard, assess him, and rather than let him go for a free, maybe you just keep a decent backup squad player there and he can be a smaller part of something bigger. But it's up to him, really, We'll see what, if I was Jesse Lingard, I would want to leave in January, to be fair, because he's just not playing at United. He's not going to get in the first team. And if he wants to get in the England setup as well for the World Cup, Qatar 2022, he's got to be playing football. And I don't think he's ever going to do that while he's at United because he's not playing regularly. Hey, we got over 100 of you legends in here. Hope you're doing well tonight, including Ellie. What's going on? And United Trustable Source. Hello there, mate. Not tonight, actually. No, I'm actually seeing Mrs. P United Trustable Source tonight because she's only free this night this week. But we will be doing FIFA Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make no mistake. But yeah, that is a bit of an issue with the FIFA later. I haven't really got the time, mate. Star-Lord says, I want Ahmed to get minutes. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? Star-Lord, Michael Odell, everyone, hit the thumbs up and get yourself in the live chat with your thoughts and opinions on the formation here, the selection, who you think we should be bringing in instead of whoever we've got on this lineup. If I'm Ronaldo, then, like I was saying, just to go back to that, I'd be like, boss, play me for the first half, 60 minutes, whatever, give me a run out. He might be able to bag a hat-trick in the Champions League. Messi's got that brace tonight, you know what I'm saying? No 1-3-3, it's not looking likely, sir. King Face, what's going on? Says Lingard should leave Man United and be a Premier League great. Precisely, he could actually go and do that. He could have a good career. He could improve on, of course, what he's done so far. But the thing is, he's won trophies at Manchester United. Not exactly all the best ones, but he's certainly won some significant trophies. He scored in the FA Cup final, didn't he? So Jesse Lingard's not really going to get those opportunities, I don't think, playing for Newcastle United. But what he will have is a bigger place in the team, a bigger role, an opportunity to impress every single week, the ability to play himself into the England setup, of course, under Gareth Southgate, who seems to like Lingard anyway. So if Lingard's playing weekly, he might just be able to get himself into the team. He is a hard-working player. He's a hard-working player. He's kind of more of a Rangnick player than some of the other players that we could mention. He works hard in terms of pressing. He's not a bad option to come off the bench with 20 minutes left when your players are tired up. Then you need somebody to come on and just press people. And in a high-pressing system, he's not a bad option to have. That's the truth of it. You know my thoughts on Lingard. It hasn't changed overnight. Facts are the facts. I think he's not good enough for Manchester United, but I think he's only really not good enough for our first team. In terms of what he's paid, it's too much for a squad player, but, it's not coming out of my back pocket. So, but at the end of the day, he's a good standard. He's a good standard. That's why teams like, Everton and West Ham and these teams would be interested in signing Jesse because he's a good standard. He's just not top tier. So he should never be starting in the big games for Manchester United, but against the lesser teams or, coming off the bench for the last 20, I can live with it. Is Ralf on FIFA, says one FIFA. That's a good question. I don't know. Anybody know if Ralf Rangnick's actually the manager card is on FIFA? Hey, Vu Tonator, how you doing? Cool homies as well. Great to have the mod squad in here. What's going on? Right, okay, so just a few more things to get into about the preview. So there's the team lineup, guys, what I think is potentially going to happen. We know that Varane is injured. We know Pogba's out. Enes Cavani, Luke Shaw, and Jesse Lingard are probably doubts because they've all just come back to training ahead of the game. So they might play. I mean, I could see Luke Shaw maybe being chucked in there. But I don't think Varane's going to be played. I don't think Cavani's necessarily going to be played. It would be a surprise anyway. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the team lineup. But it does look like something close to what we've got on the screen there. So a bit of injury news there. Cavani has recovered from a tendon injury though, which is great news. Let's get some El Matador emojis in there, man. I can't wait to see maybe Cavani and Ronaldo up top together in a 4-2-2-2 system. I think that'd be amazing, like especially with Cavani's pressing ability. It might not work for the whole 90 minutes, but at the end of the day, you've got Ronaldo and Cavani both up there. And if you can create behind them, and I think it's just a recipe for success, really. They're both classy quality players who can finish a lot of opportunities. And, you know, we haven't seen them play together much. The only time we have, or maybe there was once or twice briefly off the bench, they've looked really pretty decent and combined. So I think, give them a chance. But anyway, this is not the game for it. So this is basically what Rangnick said. He suggested he could struggle to name a completely different side due to potential absences. So he said it's perfectly possible we bring some fresh players because the next game is coming up on Saturday, an away game at Norwich. It is possible we will speak about that tomorrow at Carrington. The problem is we can only play players who are in the Champions League list. For example, Phil Jones, whom I would love to give game time on Wednesday after his long-term injury. Unfortunately, he is not on the list. So we have to put focus on our players who will be allowed to play. You what? Love to give Phil No Bones Jones game time? Fair enough, Ralph. Look, you know, imagine this. Ralf Rangnick comes in and revitalises Phil Jones's career to the point where he turns into the player that we always thought he could have been when he first signed from Blackburn all those years ago. Could you imagine that? Phil Jones Maldini or something for the last few years of his career. I don't think so. Anyway, he says it is possible. I don't know if we play a completely new 10 players because I don't know if we have enough players on the list. But it's definitely possible we could play with some new players. It's going to be wholesale changes. Rangnick's making wholesale changes this time around, obviously, from the Arsenal game. In terms of the team news, you know, we know that Donny and Henderson will be starting in goal. We also know that Matic will be captain in the side. We also have some more information on the appointments, of course. Might as well mention that they might be in here in time. I have to have I don't think necessarily one of them will, waiting for work permits, but Rangnick confirms 2 appointments, of course, to his Man United staff today. So in case you didn't know, which I'm sure you did, but he made 2 additions to his coaching staff, which is excellent news for us. We need to get new people in and have a new approach, and these are both people that have worked under Rangnick at previous sides at RB Leipzig. So, you know, he's got Sasha Lenz, is a sports psychologist who worked with him previously at RB Leipzig on it for 3 years. And also he's brought in Chris Armas, who's an American dude. I don't know anything about these guys, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, that's just the way it is. But it does seem like they're good appointments for him because he's worked with them before. He obviously knows and trusts them, and he knows sort of the work that they can do and provide. So if his judgment, you know, with players and with staff is just as good, then I would say he's probably knows what he's getting into here. So I think these are 2 very, very good appointments. And he also basically said that it won't be that many staff coming in. So far, I'm very happy to work with the staff I met last week. They gave me a lot of help in the last couple of days in preparation for the Crystal Palace game. He said Chris used to be assistant coach of the New York Red Bulls under Jesse Marsh. That was 5 years ago when I first met him. Since then, we met quite frequently. Also in my role as head for Global Red Bull in the last 3.5 years. He was head coach for the New York Red Bulls and for Toronto and MLS. And then in regards to Lenz, he says, I worked with him for 3 years at Leipzig. In the year, I won promotion from the 2nd to the 1st division myself. In the following 2 years, when Ralf Hasenhüttl was head coach and Slot Lowe, the current assistant coach of Thomas Tuchel, was assistant coach, Rangnick explained. We have known each other since then, and he will be introduced to the team as soon as he gets his visa and work permit sorted out. So there you go. We got 2 new coaches, guys, or 2 new backroom staff, I should say. Obviously, we've got a sports psychologist coming in, which is quite interesting. Anybody who's been watching Ted Lasso, I know, there's a little bit of stuff going on there behind the scenes. Got to try and be a goldfish, forget what's gone before, be a goldfish, and just get on to the next task at hand in regards to football. You can't dwell on the past, dwell on your mistakes. This is a new era, a new period for Manchester United. I think Rangnick's a smart man. I think he's approaching this from every angle at quite a professional level. So, yeah, we'll see what goes on in regards to the new coaches. Obviously, we don't know too much about either of them. I mean, some of you may, but me, I don't really follow the American football too much. And obviously, sports psychologists are not really my forte either. But there you go. So that is the latest on the coaching staff. And also just in terms of timing when they should be coming in. This is directly from ManchesterUnited.com. So just to give you an idea, he said we also... Chris used to be a kissing coach. Since then... Oh, no, hang on. Sorry, that's the same bit I just read. I think there was... Oh, yes. So... There was a time frame expected, just of the next couple of days, basically, for work permits and things like that to be approved for Sasha Lentz to come in here, I think. But there you go. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is what Rangnick actually said when he was pressed upon this about why sports psychologist is so important, because he has, he's appointed a sports psychologist to his backroom staff to work with the players. And himself, and maybe the coaches too, But he was asked about it and his thoughts, and this is what he said. He said, actually, I don't know what the situation is like in England, in other clubs, but in Germany, in the last couple of years, most clubs have employed a sports psychologist or mental coach, whatever you'd like to call them. For me, it's absolutely logical. I didn't have somebody like this until Hans-Dieter Hermann, the current sports psychologist of the German national team back in 1998. Kolber, probably the first club in Germany who has ever employed a sports psychologist in him. For me, it's only a question of logic. If you have special coaches for goalkeeping, for physical and education, even for strikers, for fitness, you should also have an expert for the brain. Not so much to put them on the white sofa and holding hands for the players, because most of them won't do that anyway. But for me, it's about helping the players know that the brain should assist the body and not work against it. So this is what it's about for the players and even the coaching staff. Everybody in our team should think in the right way. We all know what it's about. In terms of his approach, you can't really fault it. I mean, he seems to be trying to sort of build stuff from the ground up here and get the right mentality in the players at the club and try and actually work at it from a deeper level as well. So, obviously, who knows what sort of effect this is going to have, but we have got a new coaching or a couple of new backroom staff, I should say, that have come in here, and it should benefit the club. Let's hope so. Let's hope that these are good appointments, of course. Right then, guys, so that's sort of the latest preview team news and stuff. We're coming up against Young Boys. The game is meaningless. We've won the group. We're top of the group. By the way, if you're just getting in and you want to know the scores, or let's just react to some of the scores, obviously, that happened tonight. PSG smashed out Club Brugge. Mbappe became the youngest player to score 30 Champions League goals, which is pretty freaking impressive, man. I mean, obviously, Kylian Mbappe is just a star already, and Lionel Messi's got himself a couple of goals tonight. Sit down, Farmer Messi. No, fair enough. Look, he's obviously a great player. Did you see the second goal or the first goal? I haven't actually seen the goals, but I just saw loads of people tweeting about it on social media, so I'm guessing it was pretty special. Pretty bit of a mazy run or whatever. I haven't actually seen it yet. I'm going to watch the highlights in a bit. RB Leipzig beat City. Fucking have it. It doesn't matter. Obviously, City are through in their group, but still. Always nice to see the fucking blue scum lose. You know what I'm saying? Atletico Madrid. Let's get some fucking souls in there. Also, Atletico Madrid beat Porto 3-1. Liverpool, shit, they actually won in the end there. So Liverpool beat AC Milan. Oh, that's interesting. They beat AC Milan 2-1 in the end. Origi, no way, getting on the score. What the fuck's the matter with that guy? He's mental. Always comes off the bench and scores, this guy. Anyway, so Liverpool, that means that AC Milan, they've proper sharted it as well because Atletico Madrid won. So they are going through in the group with Liverpool. So Liverpool and Atletico Madrid through in the group. That was a wide open group there, depending on what happened tonight. And Atletico Madrid are the team that come out on top with a 3-1 away win at Porto. So that's a pretty good one. Ajax, man, crikey. Let's talk a little bit about Ten Hag, man. Ajax doing bits. Again, 4-2 against Lisbon at home there. No dramas. They've won. I believe they've won every single game. haven't they? Yes, they have. They've won every single game they've played. They have a goal difference of 15 in a group that consists of Ajax, Sporting, Dortmund and Besiktas. I'd say that's pretty freaking impressive. So, yeah, definitely got to look at this manager as somebody that should be considered as a United candidate in the future, just because that's very impressive, you know, and his style and the way of going about it, and it could fit in more so with the philosophy, obviously, of what Ralf Rangnick sort of is more closer to as well, rather than going with somebody like Pochettino. So I think that could be a good option in the future. But anyway, Ajax doing bits, they're through. They won the league, they're going through along with Sporting, actually. Borussia Dortmund lose out, they miss out, guys. So Borussia Dortmund will be bottle jobbing it out. They go out on goal difference there, guys, wow. And then hang on a second, you've also got Real Madrid beating Inter Milan 2-0. Borussia Dortmund did beat Besiktas 5-0, but because of the goal difference there, they've still sharted it, I believe. Do they drop into the Europa now? Shakhtar Donetsk drew with Sheriff Tiraspol. That's basically the results for the night. So there you go, you know, so interesting. But Manchester United's group, obviously, Group F. We are top of the group anyway, and I'm pretty sure, actually, hang on a second. So we've got to play young boys. Villarreal have to play Atalanta. They're only so technically, so we're top of the group right now. But technically, we could finish second on goal difference, right? If Villarreal to have a much bigger win and we lost the game to young boys tomorrow, judging by the table here, I think that's the case. So we have a goal difference of 3. Villarreal have a goal difference of 2. And they've got 7 points and we've got 10. So if you do the math, I guess it's possible, but we just need to just get a decent result tomorrow, and it will be fine. Okay, so let's get into the live chat really quickly, lads, and that's to see what you guys are thinking about the game. Do have your say now. We're going to have a bit of a Q&A here before I get into some of the other United-related news we got. I'm going to give you all the other sort of latest stuff, few transfer rumours, and a couple other things we've got to get into. So do us a favour right here, though. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 169 likes on the stream. Hit the thumbs up. Give it a share. And also subscribe if it's your first time on the channel. And get yourself involved right now in the live chat. Have your say about anything that we've just discussed. So let's get in there and see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. Jacob78 says, yes, Nicole. It's not count back, says Bell. Hey, thank you, Tox Cole. How you doing there, Tox Cole, with a $15 super chat, lad? Get in there, my son. So, he says, they use head-to-head. We'll finish first either way. Oh, okay, right. So, okay. There you go, then. So my mistake. So, it's obviously changed in the last couple of years. Griffo Chaz says, Pig, fresh off a coaching session again, I see. Griffo Chaz, yes, indeed. Hey, thank you, Tox Cole, for getting in there. Let's get a super chat emoji in there. We'll finish first either way. That's great then. So very, very good news. So we top the group going in there. That's what I thought. I thought it was impossible for us not to top the group. That's what I heard going in. But just looking at the table there, it had confused me. But that's great anyway. So Champions League, we're through. The English teams are looking good this year, aren't they? I know obviously last year it was an all-English final as well. You look at the Spanish side, they're just a little bit off. And PSG are always, you know, they're always going to be up there because they've just got a ridiculous Galactico team. But I think it's going to be an English team that wins it again this year. United are in it at the moment. We've got the draw coming up. When is it? On the 11th or the 12th? In 4 or 5 days' time, lads and lassies. So we will be doing a cheeky little stream for that. I think it's early though, isn't it? It's like midday. Oh, no, we will get ourselves up and do a little cheeky stream for that one though. So I think it's on the 12th. Shazad says we've got 87 likes. Get in there, everyone. Thanks for hitting the like button. Appreciate that. Almost at 100. Monday, says Naz. Okay, yeah, so a few days' time. It's on Monday the 13th. It is actually then. Okay, thank you very much. Well, yeah, we'll be doing a stream live for that. Be interesting to see who we draw in, obviously, the latter stages of the Champions League. But United are in it with a chance to win it. That's all that matters. This game against Young Boys tomorrow is just an experimentation, really. For Mr. Ralf Rangnick. United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea through. Exactly, Batman Night Fan. All the English teams through there, looking pretty decent as well. You know, if you look actually in the Premier League too, just at the performances from some of the teams, you know, I guess anybody can lose on their day. I mean, look at Chelsea obviously losing to West Ham the other day. Anybody can lose on their day, but they seem to be a very good standard again this year. And I think just an English team will probably take the title again. I'm not saying it's going to be Manchester United. I think it's just a little bit too much for us this year, but you just never know. You never know. You know, if you get a bit of belief behind the team, we start to play well. Rangnick's come in and has this positive effect. I don't see why we can't just smash up fools like we should be. Yeah, Nicky Kyrgios, mate, gets in there. He says, Shartata shat the bed again. 3 defeats in the last 4 league games, mate. Get in there. Let's get some cheeky little fucking soo and poo-poo emojis in there. Let's get a poo emoji in there for Arsenal fans. Poo! I agree. That is fucking hilarious, mate. So they are below us in the league as well again now, having played the same amount of games, which is nice. And they are a bunch of melters. Shannon Ahmed getting that poo emoji in there. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. Well, that's Arsenal for you, mate. They are a bit of a shambles. Mikel Arteta, you know, that's it. The wheels have fallen off again now. I just don't see how they can really stick with him that much longer. He's doing okay. You know, he had a decent spell. After the poor start they had to the start of the Premier League, they had a decent spell. But now again, it's just mediocre again, isn't it? It's just terrible. I think it's just going to be like that under him, unfortunately. He does need a bit more time. So does everybody. But, you know, with the time that he's had, they should be a little bit better. Ollie in for Arteta, says Sam 11. See you later on, Arteta. We're going to go get the baby-faced assassin while he's available. Dean M says, poo. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, Arteta's done well in a sense that when he first came in, he sort of steadied the ship. He did win them an FA Cup. You know, he won them a trophy. But since then, it's been very mediocre. They've always just been saying, oh, we need this player, that player. You know, he needed time and investment. Well, they've given him quite a bit of time. They also gave him quite a bit of an investment as well. And let's be fair, he's not really lived up to it so far. He's having a fucking day, man. Aiden Feeney says Arsenal manager needs the sack big time. What a shitbag. Oh, wait, Aiden Feeney, a bit harsh. Well, you know, if he does get the sack at Arsenal, he's got a career in the future going to kids' parties as a makeshift Dracula wannabe impersonator, doesn't he? But, no, fair enough. I mean, look. He seems like a decent enough dude, but he's not up to the task, I don't think. His management credentials are not that big. Yes, he'd worked under Pep and all the rest of it, and yes, he had played for Arsenal before for a little while, and he was a good character, and he probably is a good coach, but right now, at Arsenal, it's just not really working for him, and he's had plenty of time and plenty of money, so I don't really see how they're sticking with the guy. What's going on there? Emma Energia's just laughing her head off in the live chat. Get in there. See you later, Nicky. Can have a good one. Hey, Rush Mano's in the live chat. What's going on there, Rushy? He says, hashtag Arteta in. Let's get a cheeky little chant going in the chat. Arteta in, lads and lasses. Come on. Definitely, the longer that Arteta stays in at Arsenal, in all seriousness, it probably is the best for us. Kind of like they were all slagging us off about Ollie staying and all this stuff because, let's face it, he's not a top-tier manager. If Arsenal hadn't got somebody like Rangnick or, you know, I'm not saying Rangnick's, you know, proven yet in the Premier League, but just in terms of his system as an experience is undeniable, even though this is the biggest job he's ever had. Or if they'd have someone like Klopp or Pep or Tuchel or just something like that, they would have a lot more belief and confidence going forward. But right now with Arteta there at the wheel, it's looking pretty shoddy. It's looking pretty shoddy. So long may it continue. Arteta in, get in there, my son. Hey, okay, so, yeah, I've got a bit of news to get into here, actually, guys. So, we're going to get into the latest news as well. So there's a few things I wanted to discuss other than the preview stuff, which we've just discussed. So, bit of information has come through in regards to Ajax being interested in Dean Henderson in January on loan, with Andre Onana due to leave next year. Edwin van der Sar has been a big admirer, and Ajax inquired about Henderson 18 months ago. So this is the latest report that maybe Ajax are interested in bringing in a bit of Dean Henderson action this January just for a loan deal. And we have a good working relationship, of course, with Ajax, with Edwin van der Sar being at the club and the connection there. So, yes, Dean Henderson, I mean, he's going to play tomorrow. We know that much. But he's played once this season in the Carabao Cup. Surely for himself, he would relish the opportunity of going out on loan somewhere, where maybe not to Ajax. You know, I'm thinking maybe domestic team where he can play week in, week out as well. Because, you know, Andre Onana due to leave next year. Well, that's not right now, is it? So he doesn't want to go to a club on loan where they've already got a player who's playing there as well above him. So it depends on the situation. I'm not too familiar with what the situation is there. If Onana's leaving and they're not playing him, then fair enough, Hendo's the man. But if they're still playing him, it's maybe not the right team. But Henderson, in my opinion, should go because he's not going to get game time. David De Gea is just hitting his prime as a goalkeeper. If you give him the next 3 or 4 years at the club, that will probably be fine for De Gea. He's not going to diminish in that time. He's just going to get a little bit better and a little bit cooler in the brain department in terms of experience and how to read the game and everything. That's what happens. That's why those years are the best for a goalkeeper, because physically they're still good enough, but between the ages of 30 and 40, that's when mentally they have the most data, the most information to call upon throughout their career, what they've learned, to read the situations properly and react accordingly. So, yeah, Henderson, if he ever wants to get to being England's number one or playing week in, week out for a top 6 side, because I think he's got the potential, but if he's ever going to do that, he kind of has to leave Manchester United right now. He kind of has to go out on loan for this season and next season, or just go out and be transferred away. Maybe Manchester United can get a buyback clause in the contract one day, first dibs if the future club we sell him to wants to move him on. So, I really hope that he has a good future in the game, and I actually think maybe in the future he could be Man United's goalkeeper. But I don't want to see David De Gea go anywhere for the next few years. He's still good enough. He's still the best goalkeeper we got at the club. What's the point of just giving somebody else the opportunities, half the opportunities or a few more opportunities, when De Gea is always going to be that number one choice anyway? So as far as I'm concerned, as much as he's a great goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, and he's still young and in the future he's going to be very good, you can't hinder him anymore. He's got to go. He's got to get games and opportunities elsewhere. And, De Gea's got to be cemented as the number one. But let's just have a little vote in the live chat, everybody. Dean Henderson, stay or go? Would you keep Dean Henderson around the club for the remainder of the season and next season, with De Gea here as well, playing number one? Or do you think he should go? He is on big money as well at Man United. I think he's on £130,000 a week, which for a backup goalkeeper who never plays is insane money to be going out of the club. That is insane money. I mean, it's millions of pounds a year, dudes. 5 million a year going out of the club just to have Henderson sat on the bench. Seems like a lot of money, doesn't it? So I'm pretty sure that, that money could be better spent elsewhere. Stay, comments Mickey J. Sell, says Batman Night Fan. Go, says Naz. Go, says Shazad. Go, says JMEFC. Sell, says Naz. Leave, says Naz. Dean, go, says George Ivanov. Fair enough. Well, Dean Henderson is a good goalkeeper. He's a good standard goalkeeper to have. We've got Tom Heaton in as well. Why did we get that guy in? I don't really get it. Dean Henderson should be sold or loaned out because he's just not getting games for his own good. If I was him, I'd be knocking on Rangnick's door every day saying, can you get me a move away in Jan if you're not going to play me? And I know he's going to play against young boys, but he's not going to play in any games where De Gea's fit and we need, to get the win, I don't think, because De Gea's been brilliant this season for us. Absolutely mangasmic at times, De Gea. So, yeah, there you go. That's what's kept Dean Henderson out of the team, is just De Gea being so good. Henderson's not getting the chances. He's our number 2, and he's well in the number 2 role as well, because De Gea, as far as I'm concerned, he's been our best player for the last decade. And yeah, he's had a couple of ropey spells, but overall, you can't really get much better. I think he's been a fantastic goalkeeper for us, so I wouldn't want to see him sold unless De Gea kicks up a stink and wants to move away, which I don't see happening because he seems to really love United. He's very loyal, passionate about the club. Yeah, sure, he's had moments in the past, but it's all to get new deals and contracts and things like that. It's just life. But he still ultimately fights for the club and works hard for the club. So De Gea number 1 for me. 102 likes, saying Rushmano, get in there. We got 100 likes. Come on, let's get a cheeky little hashtag 100 likes in the live chat. Thanks everybody who's in here for hitting the thumbs up button. We've got 230 of you legends, I think, watching. So hit the thumbs up button if you're just getting in. It's free to do. Takes a second. Also gives us a boost up there on the YouTube algorithm and helps us compete against some of the clickbait twats and some of the corporation melt sticks. So do help us out by hitting that like. That means a lot. Thank you very much, Rushy, for the update. Right, okay, so if you're just getting in here, guys, the big headlines. Rangnick chooses Nemanja Matic for his captain tomorrow, so we know he's playing. Donny van der Beek is given the nod tomorrow, we know he's playing. Henderson will be playing, we know Maguire's not playing. In the rest of the side is pretty much up for consideration. But I'm going to get rid of that now and put the chat up there. But that is essentially, I'll actually put this up here somewhere. That is essentially what I think is going to be the team lineup tomorrow. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you would change anything there. or if you think Rangnick's going to change anything, I'll just leave it there. So if anybody's getting in, they can just sort of see it. That's the big headline, really. Also, we got 2 new coaches, of course, at the club, which is sensational stuff. Or not coaches, I should say, but backroom staff. We've got a new coach, which is Chris Armas, which, listen, I don't know anything about this guy, but he's worked with Rangnick before previously, and he's got some coaching experience, etc. And then we've also got Sasha Lentz, who's a sports psychologist who will be coming in very shortly also. So a couple of new appointments by Rangnick, positive stuff, sensible approach, newfangled sports psychology type modern day approach from Ralf Rangnick here. You know, he's bringing that German clinicality. He looks a bit like a doctor, doesn't he? You know, if you went into your local GP, or, you know, you needed heart surgery and you went in there and it was Dr. Rangnick and he's got his glove like this and he's going, the doctor will see you now. You know, you wouldn't even question it for a second. This guy looks like a surgeon. So in all fairness, you know, it doesn't surprise me that he's surgical with his with his appointments and some of the things he's trying to do. You know, Dr. Rangnick will see you now. That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm going to just call him Dr. Rangnick from now on. He does kind of look like he should be in a German hospital. He does kind of look a bit like the Wheelstone Raider as well, Ryan, as well. Yeah, he kind of does a little bit. You got no fans? You got no ground? If you want some, I'll give it you. Right, okay, so Bruno Fernandes is expected to not start the game either, because Rangnick has said that Nemanja Matic will get the armband, which indicates that maybe Bruno won't be playing. It also indicates that maybe Ronaldo won't be playing either. And it also definitely indicates that Slabby Maguire will not be playing as well. Unless Maguire plays and he's not the captain, which is not going to happen. Maguire's going to be rested here. But that would be amazing, wouldn't it, if Ralphie Rangnick just stripped the captaincy off of the slab and just slightly gives it to Matic for this young boys game. But Max is playing at the back. That'd be so good. But I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, he did the press conference alongside Nemanja Matic earlier, and he did confirm those things. So we know Donny, we know Henderson, we know Matic is starting. Here's a bit of transfer news and stuff for you then, guys, and other Manchester United news. We're going to get into it now before we have a Q&A at the end. If you're wondering why am I rambling on so much here, just be patient. We're going to get into the Q&A stuff soon. I just want to cover a few things here. So, Barcelona keen to sign Man United star for modest price in January. Reports suggest that Man United are interested in Edinson Cavani. Barcelona are interested in signing Man United's Edinson Cavani in January. I mean, listen, he's come in. It depends what his role is going to be in Rangnick's system here. Like I say, I would love to see a Cavani and Ronaldo combination up top there in a pressing 4-2-2-2 system. Because Cavani is a great presser. Cavani's a great workhorse. He can drop deep, help the team, and press the opposition like a madman. So he's perfect for a Rangnick system. If you could get them both in there together, performing well, man, oh man, I think that could be special. So I want to see that first of all. I don't want us to see us sell Cavani, but it depends on what the situation is. Cavani has only played a handful of games for Manchester United this season. Those are the facts. I haven't got the exact numbers in here. I don't think he's played very many times. Last season he did come in and he did set the world alight really in the games that he played. He scored 17 across all competitions, which is very good return for the amount of games that he's had. But this season he's hardly played. If you're Edinson Cavani and you've had Ronaldo come in, who's taken the limelight, and there's this team of players around you, you know, and you haven't really played this season because Ronaldo's been given the nod mainly, maybe you would be looking at moving away. I'm not suggesting that he's not happy at United. I'm not suggesting he doesn't love the club. You saw him do an interview with the club the other day, bigging up the likes of Jadon Sancho, and he's always professional. He talks with much love and much admiration and passion for this football club. He really does. So I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying, you know, from his point of view, his career's winding down. Barca are in need. There's a few players, of course, that this Aguero business, and there's a couple of teams around generally the football world as well. Juventus are having a bit of a stinker. There's a bunch of teams. Surely, if Edinson Cavani was available, they'd be interested in him. And if you look at what United might be trying to do long term, we've got Ronaldo for at least 18 months. Mason Greenwood's a good forward player for the future as well. But if we want to sign somebody like Erling Haaland in the summer and not let him go to one of these other clubs, then we have to look at getting rid of Edinson Cavani in the summer anyway. So I'm just saying it's not the most unrealistic of things to think that Cavani could go in January, because if he's not going to get the games, if Ronaldo and Rashford and Greenwood or whoever is up there in front of him in this system, if they're going to be ahead of him in the system, then maybe Cavani's happy to move. So we'll see. But either way, He's been a great player for us, and also he may well stay to the end of the season. He's got a contract here at the end of the day, and he's a good player for us. If I was the boss, there's no way that I'd want to see Edinson Cavani go between now and the end of the season. Fair enough, at the end of the season, it gives you a chance to get somebody else in, but Cavani's great cover to have. He's a great substitute as well, and he's also, in my opinion, a great starter. If you can get him in there with a 4-2-2-2 system with Ronaldo up top, it would be sensational. So as far as I'm concerned, for now, keep Cavani. But I wouldn't be surprised if, from a personal level, Cavani perhaps wanted to go if there was an offer that came in. But we'll have to wait and see what goes on there. It's unlikely. Barca can stay crap, says Batman Knife Man. Sam says, and he can press easily. Yeah, absolutely. Cavani's a great presser. He can work very hard for the team up there. I agree. He'll be great at winning the ball back in the opposition third, etc. Hey, what's going on there? The Man United agenda. How's it going? And also, Ryan, what's going on? Dewey says, Buongiorno. How you doing there, Ryan? Okay, so Barcelona have an interest in Cavani. Diogo Dallo's class gesture to young Manchester United supporter, hit with coin by Arsenal fan. By the way, can we just get some more poo emojis in there? Let's all laugh at Arsenal for being shit. And also, I mean, I guess one fan doesn't represent the club, but ultimately somebody threw a coin at a poor fucking disabled boy at Old Trafford the other day. Fucking hell, some Arsenal scummer. And George Howe, some 12-year-old lad, got a gash on the head while he sat in the disabled stand as he attended his first ever match at United's home ground last Thursday and had to be taken to hospital, mate. That's fucking Arsenal scummers for you, mate, by the way, chucking coins at disabled kids. That's fucking Arsenal fans for you, just so you know. Hey, those are the facts. Anyway, so his dad said that the coin came in from the away stand above the disabled section and also claimed that he saw a number of Arsenal fans mocking young fans in wheelchairs. It was disgusting, he told the Manchester News. You could just tell before kickoff it was going to be one of those games. You could sense it in the atmosphere. So they started throwing bottles, bottle caps, full pies. They were landed right near where George was sat. So I swapped seats with him to try and stop him getting hit. And then he got looking hit. But anyway, listen, the reason I'm talking about this is not to bring up how disgusting Arsenal scummers are, even though clearly these ones absolutely are, and Herodi says Arsenal scum, absolutely. But also for Diogo Dallo, because he heard about this. There was this guy posted on his Twitter saying, I took my son and he got hit by a coin. And Diogo Dallo said, I'm sorry to hear that your son, he retweeted it with a response and said, I'm sorry to hear that your son had to go through all that. Hopefully he is okay now. I'm more than happy to invite you both for our next home game so your son can really enjoy what football is about. Can you provide me with a contact so I can speak to you? So, you know, Diogo Dallo going to give him that VIP experience, man. What a nice lad. Let's get some love hearts in there for Diogo Dallo, man, and fuck the Arsenal. Let's get some poo emojis in there for the Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? But Diogo Dallo, what a top lad. Just wanted to mention that because that's a class, you know, that's a nice bit of compassion there from Mr. Dallo. Love that, love that. Okay, Rio's comments. Rio praises Rangnick, says, I think Rangnick has come in and you can see the difference in terms of intensity, working from a structure, working from a base. Yeah, we've only seen the one game so far, but in this game, you saw us much higher up, you know, against Palace. You saw us you know, pressing super quick and super intensely, especially for the first 45 minutes. So, yeah, there was definite changes and definite differences. He says, I think continuation of what we've seen against Palace, we won't get carried away. It's been one game and maybe a training session, but there were notable differences and changes to the team. The structure of it, the way they pressed as a team, Fred with the winner with his right foot. He's the last person you expect to score. Ronaldo tried to header it in on its way in. I think Rangnick has come in and you can see the differences in terms of working from a structure and working from a base. He keeps saying he wants to get a good balance between attacking with the ball and attacking without. So, you know, this is absolutely true. You know, we have seen a change already. We're not asking and expecting too much too soon. And remember, this game against Young Boys tomorrow is a complete experimentation, really, for Rangnick. He has no emphasis to play any of the players you know, who are the top players or the first team players. He wants to rest them, give them a game's rest, of course. And it's a great opportunity for that. He can also experiment, give some other players he's not seen so far, like Luke Shaw, maybe an opportunity, you know, or other players as well, like Anthony Elanga, Mason Greenwood could get a start in this one, Donny van der Beek. There's lots of opportunities for players to come in and impress in this game. But it's not a game that means anything, of course, so let's not get carried away either. Like, we have to go on a decent run now. The foundation seems to be laid pretty well by Rangnick in the sense that we sort of have got a clear change of what we're trying to do. It seems like we're going to be going there for this gegenpress system, playing a 4-2-2-2 maybe primarily as well, and pressing the opposition within their own half, high up, intensely as soon as we've lost the ball, getting it forward quickly with intent as well, getting it into the danger zone, being direct. It seems like we're going to be playing some good gegenpress football this season. So get in there, my son. Come on, hashtag Godfather of gegenpress, because he is. And if you look at what Klopp's done and the success he's had in Liverpool, in the Premier League, you've got to say that, hey, it bodes well that maybe Rangnick could get this team playing some great stuff. We've got 13 games now before the City game where we can win them all. We've got 13 games before the City game. So, and that's on the 5th of March. Before then, they're all winnable games. So come on, Ralphie, do us proud. Right, also, we've got some more info here, which I wanted to talk about, guys. Edwin van der Sar hints that he will accept a Man United job in the future when his Ajax job expires. So this is also a new story that's come through tonight. Edwin van der Sar has suggested that he is eager to return to Man United once his contract at Ajax expires. Direct quotes from him when asked by the TV channel RTL. He said, "I am enjoying myself so much at Ajax. I still have 2 years left here. I want to keep achieving things here with the club, but I am sure that one day the moment will arrive." So this is when asked about his future, maybe going to Old Trafford, whether or not he would consider that down the line. And he basically said he's enjoying himself at Manchester United. He's got 2 years, at Ajax. He's got 2 years left at Ajax. He wants to keep achieving things here with the club, but I'm sure that one day the moment will arrive. So, I would really love to see something like Edwin van der Sar given the director of football job or some sort of sporting director role at Manchester United, because he actually is a great footballing man. You can tell that. He's obviously done wonders for Ajax as well, and he's a Manchester United hero, a legend, and he's a nice guy, and he's actually a football man, and that is the big problem for United, is we started to improve it now with Rangnick coming in, but we don't have enough football men in the football roles in the club. We've got a bunch of financial wanky bankers. What's good about that, mate? I don't want a fucking mortgage. If I did, I'd contact you, Edwin, would you, big spud? But in terms of overlooking, youth recruitment, scouting networks, allocation of funds in order to improve different facilities, how much you're going to spend on recruitment, how much you're going to spend on facilities, how much you're going to spend on players, how much you're going to spend on all the rest of it, wages, all that sort of stuff. Yes, okay, it does need to be a financial controller there, of course. You can't just have somebody go willy-nilly, but ultimately you should have somebody who's got the freedoms to be able to make key decisions with a big pot of money every year, and they can allocate it and split it up whichever way they see fit to best benefit Manchester United Football Club. And if you had somebody who's a proper football man in there doing it, who loves the club, then I would be much happier and feel like we're in much safer hands than having some wanky fucking bankers in there, dudes. So really hope that one day in a couple of years' time, maybe Edwin van der Sar does come. He has hinted at it. Okay, also Tottenham face disruption after coronavirus outbreak in squad. Haroli, you still in here, mate? Your Spurs side got a bit of COVID outbreak, lad. By the way, so their preparations for their pre-Christmas fixtures have been disrupted by an outbreak at the club. A number of players and staff have returned positive COVID tests. More PCR testing is due to take place over the next 24 hours. Spurs are due to face Rennes in a crucial Europa Conference League game in London on Thursday before a Premier League trip to Brighton on Saturday. Conference League. Under UEFA regulations, if they have 13 available players, including a goalkeeper from their 25-man A-list, they must fulfill the Rennes fixture, which they need to win to stand a chance of qualifying for the final 32. Anyway, sorry. But, yeah, okay, so it's due to take place as scheduled at this moment in time, but they're going to have a weakened team. And I just wanted to mention it because going into the running, obviously, they are one of the teams, if things went well, if Conte did well there, they could sneak in there. You never know. They're 5th at the moment. They've won the last 3 in the league. They're on 25 points. They're 2 points behind West Ham in 4th. They're not doing too badly. They've got a game in hand on Manchester United. We've got 24 points. They got 25 with a game in hand. So they're sort of one of the teams that could have could cause a few problems this season if it all goes well with Conte. They've got a good squad there. If he does get it to click, then I guess they could be a surprise package, couldn't they? Nobody's really expecting Tottenham to do that well this season, especially after the start under Nuno. So, but if you actually look at the table, they're really not that far away from proceedings, especially if they do win the game in hand. But if they've got an outbreak of COVID over the next couple of weeks or week or two, hey, it could be a bit of a shoddy period for them where they can't really field that many players. So just wanted to mention it because Tottenham obviously, in the mud there with the COVID. By the way, guys, I don't know if he's watching, probably not. But can we get some love hearts for my brother Tom in the live chat as well? Tactician Tom, my brother from the same mother who lives in America, because he's got the vid right now as well. He's got the COVID. And he's not too well. He's been in bed for the last few days. He's not very well. So let's get some love hearts in there for my brother Tom. He's had the jab and all that stuff though a while ago. So but hopefully he's okay. He's over the worst of it. But yeah, he's not very well. He's not been very well the last few days. So get those love hearts in there for Tom. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. Faris Almaraki says 200 likes. You what? We got 200 likes on the stream? You kidding? Well, I don't know how many we do have, but please do us a favour and smash that like button on the stream if you haven't done so. It says we've got 139 my end. Let's make the target 200 likes. Why the hell not? Yes, do hit the thumbs up button if you're just getting in here, guys. And also hit that subscribe button. There's lots of you watching. If it happens to be your first time here on the channel, if you're not familiar with it, it's a Man United fan channel. We also have a great community here. We let everybody have their say, more or less, as long as you're not a complete twat bag. So do get involved. The way to get involved, hit the subscribe button. And in 1 minute's time, you'll be able to chat in the live chat down below with all the other legends that are in here too. So please hit the subscribe button. Also, we're on our way to 50,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there by the end of 2021. So just less than a month to go. It would be amazing if we could hit it before the end of the month. We'll have to see about that. It's going to be touch and go. But I'm hoping we can do it. But if you are new and you want to help us out, please hit that subscribe button. And also click the little bell so you get a notification when we post. It makes sense because we do daily Manchester United content and bring you all the latest stuff going on in a no bullshit way. We're not spamming out 68 clickbait videos a day. We just give you the concise news in a concise way in a no bullshit manner. So do get yourself involved by smashing that subscribe and hitting that like button on it as well. Let's get this sucker to 200 likes. And thank you everyone for being in here. So that's pretty much the latest news. Let me just check with my main man Rush Marno to see if anything new has swung in off the vine while we have been live. Okay, so there's something has come in here. It's just a little update in regards to young boys. So they are struggling with quite a few injuries ahead of the game themselves, apparently. I mean, I was looking at their form going into the game as well. It doesn't matter. The game means nothing. We're top of the league in the group and all the rest of it. But they're not in good form either. They're not doing too well. So I think we could batter them. Like I know we're going to put out a changed side. Like here's the team lineup that I've suggested we might actually go for, which is right here. Covering my face now. As you can see, Donny, Matic starting in there, Lingard, Sancho, Elanga, Greenwood, Tellez, Bailly, Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. There could be big changes to this. Like I say, Tellez could be replaced by Luke Shaw. The centre-back pairing could be different. Maybe even Dallo would play again. Who knows? But Matic and Donny will be playing. Lingard, just got a feeling he's going to come in and be given a chance by Rangnick. Elanga was brought in off the bench the other day, as was Greenwood, who provided an assist. So I think he'll reward him with a start. Plus, it's a great game for him to do it. Ronaldo, in my opinion, is a question mark. Now, a lot of people think that he won't start him. What do you think, guys? Do you think, I'm not asking you should he, I'm asking you, do you think Ralf Rangnick will start Ronaldo or not? Yes or no? I'm leaning towards no, because why waste him? Why use him in this big game where, you could risk injury and, you're coming up against a team you should beat comfortably anyway, and you're also already top of the group? I would usually say no. But because it's Ronaldo and he's the GOAT and he's the Champions League GOAT, and this is an opportunity for him to grab a hat-trick, just, can you deny the GOAT? Can you deny the GOAT? Ryan thinks, yes, he will start him. K Slater says, sit him. Yes, says K Slater. Ezio Editor says no. Big God Bob says no. Not much point, to be fair. I'm with you, Sam. But it's the GOAT, Ronaldo. He's just seen what Messi's done tonight. Got himself 2 goals, one of which is very nice. Everyone's talking about Messi right now. Surely Ronaldo could say, hey, boss, 45 minutes, get you brace, then take me off half time. So, what do you think? I just think it might be possible that Ronaldo starts the game. In my head, it doesn't make much sense. because like we said, you don't want to risk him. The game means nothing. Patrick Eric Wenberg says, yes. Hey, Primot says, give Mata a run out. Ronnie on the bench. Fair play to you, Primot, mate. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe you could see Ronaldo coming off of the bench, maybe. I don't know. Ronaldo wants to play, so yes, he will. That's a great point, Ryan. That's what it's all about. Ronaldo loves to play. He wants to add to his goals. He wants to add to his tally in the Champions League. He's the all-time leading goal scorer in this competition. He wants to add to it. FIFA Zombie says, Champions League, Ronaldo will play. We have Norwich game after he defo plays. Yeah, maybe. Norwich is on Saturday as well, remember? So I think it's on Saturday. So not the most recuperation time either. So maybe he just will give him a rest. I don't know. Maybe give him a rest. Maybe he'll play him. Maybe he'll give him a rest. But that is a big question mark as well. But so far, I've got Elanga and Greenwood starting at the top. Who do you think he will start as strikers then, guys, or the two forward players? Let us know. Essentially, we think we're going to go with a 4-2-2-2. So who do you think is going to be the two forward players? Yeah, mine is Elanga and Greenwood, but let me know what you guys think then. Greenwood striker, says K-Slater23, absolutely. Hey, we're only 4 likes away from 150 likes. Get in there, my son. Where are you? Let's be having you. Bacon Brigade, assemble. Dudes, do us a favour, hit the like. Let's blitz past 150. Nice one, Rushmano. Thanks for the update there. Vutinator comments, a hat-trick against Norwich is more important. Very true. You're absolutely spot on. You are. But, you know, he is like a very much I think of him as like a thoroughbred racehorse, you know, and he's in such good shape. Like, is it going to hurt to give him 55 minutes against Young Boys and then 75 minutes against Norwich? I think that is a good, you know, he's fit enough to do it, but it's not ideal. There is a chance of injury and all the rest of it. So, yeah, maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe it's just not worth it. Good point. Is Cavani match fit yet? Well, not really. No, he is back to training. There's question marks over him. He might feature off the bench or something, but it's not expected that he's going to be fit to start. So Varane is still back to training as well. Not expected that he's going to play either. Lingard's back to training and Luke Shaw are back to training. Those two are much more likely to play based on just what's been going on. But Cavani, on the other hand, with his tendon issues, not the most likely to start. Hey, Jarvis Cocker, yes, mate, I know, yeah, great point. He says, can we possibly see Amad Diallo tomorrow? It has actually been shit, isn't it, that we haven't seen him? I don't get it either. We signed the guy, spent a lot of money. I know he got injured as well, so we haven't seen him this season because of that. But previously, we could have given him more chances too. You're so right. This kid looks great. He's only 19 now. We paid a lot of money for him. He should be playing some games. So yeah, if he's fit and available, I would stick him in there probably instead of Sancho then. So like, as you can see on the right here, Sancho, I put Sancho in there just because he seems like he's going to be Rangnick's golden boy and he wants him to have games and develop and learn this system, you know, to get it down as quick as possible. So wants him to have a game. That's what I was thinking. Plus Greenwood up top there can come in. But actually, yeah, maybe we could play Diallo there if he's fit and available, which I'm not too sure if he is, right? But if he is, then it would be a very good call to come in and play instead of Sancho as well, because Sancho is, you know, it could do with a rest as well. He's played quite a few games recently. Yes, Sam says, yeah, Ahmad, good call. Kwesi Kwani says, I think Alex Telles and Dallo should continue to play. Fair play to you. I've changed it up a little bit there. Luke Shaw's coming back from injury. I think he's going to come in off of the bench, but he could easily start the game, couldn't he, Luke Shaw, yeah? And then on the other side, yeah, Dallo's looked brilliant. I think Dallo's going to start against Norwich in the league. That's why I've put Wan-Bissaka in there. He does deserve a chance, Wan-Bissaka. It's not like he's been terrible for us over the years. He's been very, very good. I mean, if we're being honest now, up until this point, I mean, it's not even close. Who's done more for this club? Who's looked better for this club? Dallo or Wan-Bissaka? Wan-Bissaka all day long. It's just that, with Rangnick coming in a new system, right now, based on form, the last couple of games, and the Rangnick system and how we're pressing higher up and looking for our wing-backs to overlap and attack and actually be able to create with their attacking chances, Dallo fits the bill more. That's realistic. Realistically, Wan-Bissaka's done way more over the last couple of seasons than Dallo. But Dallo right now, for Rangnick, right now, based on the last few games as well, is a better option right now. He's looking good. I agree with you. I'd say give him a chance, especially against Norwich and these guys. You can rip them apart. So I agree with you, Dallo, for the weekend. But right now, let's give Wan-Bissaka a chance, mate. Come on, he's the spider. He deserves a chance. Pray for Donny, says Chris Martin. Come on, Donny van der Beek. Now's the time. So Donny Unleashed. We've been calling for hashtag free Donny all this time. Well, Donny van der Beek is definitely playing in the game tomorrow. We know this because Ralf Rangnick in his presser early today said that Donny van der Beek starts. He also said Matic is captain of the side. We know also of Henderson starting in goal. It's definitely the case. So Donny van de Beek starts. Thank you so much. Hallelujah. How long did that last, though? How long did that take to get Donny another bloody game? Like, crikey, man. He came in. He did well in that game under Ollie, and then Carrick just sort of played in the next game, but then just sacked him off. Again, I want to see more from Donny. I want to see Donny given a run in the side now. So please, Rangnick, select Donny. He's told us he is going to, but let's see him selected for the Norwich game as well. I want to see him play. I want to see him given some chances in that midfield. Maybe in the next game, obviously, Fred could partner him in midfield there if Matic isn't able to do so. But my goodness me, I would love to see Donny van de Beek given a chance in midfield. That's all I can say. Donny will do well, says Vegetal. Well, that's another thing. He has to do well because you can't just give this guy games for not doing well, you know. Oh, shit, by the way, sorry, I missed a super chat here from Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, 1878. How did I do that? Thank you so much. He said, evening pig. Rangnick's going to shake things up. Are you still in here? Sorry about that, Lancashire. I missed that. It was ages ago, 29 minutes ago. So holy crap. Thank you so much, Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, for the super chat, man. You feel for him, says Naz. Absolutely, yeah. Donny van de Beek's been getting a raw deal, mate. Raw deal by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the club. Signed for 34 million, coming in from Ajax. Hot prospect, lots of opportunities coming. You think, only to be cast away like a used tea bag and just drained on the sideboard. It's a big shame. It's a big shame. But you know what? Ollie's gone. It's a fresh slate. It's new times for everybody at the club. And I'm sure Rangnick's going to give Donny a chance. We know that he is tomorrow. Thank you for subscribing there, Per Eric Venberg. Appreciate you for getting in here and hitting that subscribe button. Let's be having you. Everybody else, if you're new, do what Per's just done and hit that subscribe button. Nice one. Donny don't get game time because of Bruno, says Batman Night Fan. Fair one, but why can't Donny play in that midfield deeper? You know, if you look at this 4-2-2-2 formation I've got over here, you know, realistically, you know, it's like, where is Bruno going to play in that? He's not going to play in the deeper midfield roles. He's going to play, I think, in, you know, in the forward, in one of those more, obviously, it's where they are now, it's wide, but essentially, you know, you can go press in the middle, your wing backs can overlap and all the rest of it. Bruno should probably be one of those players playing, you know, I mean, it's hard to really know what to do. He could also play up top alongside the striker, almost like a false fucking nine or something, dropping deeper sometimes. You know, Bruno's very much quite versatile, I think. He could actually play in that midfield fine as well, pressing with the pressing nature that Bruno's got. But I think Donny, just get him playing as a number 6 almost, you know, as well. You know, passing the ball around, distributing things, playmaker. Why the fuck not? He's got the passing range. But anyway, listen, it depends what you're going to do. We need somebody to be able to create when they get the ball. So in a Rangnick Gegenpress style system, when you win the ball back, you're trying to get it forward, you're trying to move it quickly, you're trying to create a goal-scoring chance within 10 seconds of winning the ball back. So you want somebody, when they win the ball back, they can play that siving pass. They can play that correct pass to get us going. You don't want somebody who can't do that, which is why Fred, although he's been great last few games, is a great player and, you know, scored the goal and all the rest of it, he's not great at that because his passing range just isn't there. Jarvis Cockerlad says, I really hope to see the youngsters Hannibal, Diallo and Alanga tomorrow. Playing Mata is a waste of time. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I mean, he deserves maybe a run out later on in the game, but it is kind of a waste now playing Mata. But I love that guy. Donny van der Bent, says Big God Bob. Not the good kind of raw, says Case Layton. Definitely not the good kind of raw. Hey, Football Brownie, what's going on? He says, Pig, this Rangnick guy is all just hot air. Next, we'll have the Eileen Drewy women, which Glenn Hoddle bought in with the England camp. Football Brownie, don't really know what you're on about there, but fair enough. Listen, you're hating on the guy before he's even started, to be fair. Give him a bit of time, give him a chance to prove himself. You know, some of the managers that have come in, I mean, look at Tuchel on the back of not doing very well at PSG. Nobody really thought he was going to win the Champions League and do well. I was saying, oh, you know, he's bottomed it at PSG, you know, he's not exactly a huge threat. You know, but he's done very, very well. You just don't know yet. Let's see what he can do first. You're writing him off before he's even got going, mate. He's not Mick McCarthy, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I'm saying? Sound Dog says, what's the point of paying Mata a wage if he ain't going to play no part in this game? Dude, that's the story of Manchester, half of Manchester United's team. You know, why are we paying Dean Henderson 130k a week to not play? Why are we paying Phil Jones for 10 years or 10 years plus to not play. It doesn't make sense, but that's Manchester United through and through. I guess Juan Mata's kind of like an ambassador for your club. He's a great guy. Plus, his performances over the last seven years have actually warranted him being given this final season and payday and all the rest of it, and just, swan song season. He's deserved it with his performances. I've got nothing. I don't mind him being here. He's a good player to have around the squad, and he's actually still a good technical player. Like, if you've got injury problems and you need to stick somebody in there, Juan Mata's a decent shout. He's going to keep hold of the ball. He's going to create for you. He's still a good standard player. Rushmano says we've got 156 likes. Get in, smash the like, dudes. And also Track says wouldn't want PSG or Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. Fair point, no. I mean, if you look at some of the teams that are in there, I guess, let's just have a look, actually, guys. That's a good point you just brought up. So the draw is on Monday, I believe. We're going to do a live stream for the Champions League draw on this channel. So do tune in for it as well. We'll be getting going a half an hour or so before, whenever it is. And just to let you know who we could get in the draw. So you've got, obviously, so Group A was won by City and PSG. City and PSG through in that one. Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, Ajax and Sporting. So, realistically, those two would be quite nice draws, really, at this stage. Sporting or Ajax. Real Madrid or Inter Milan, tough teams. Bayern Munich and Barcelona, tough teams have come through Group E. Us and Villarreal through to Group F. Lille and Salzburg, RB Salzburg getting through in Group G. That's an interesting group. So Sevilla and Wolfsburg not qualified, and Lille and Salzburg are the teams that go through. So that's also who we would like to play. Lille or Salzburg, those would be good draws. That would be a nice plum draw. And then Chelsea and Juventus won the last group. So yeah, really, we would want either the two teams that came through Group C, which is Ajax or Sporting. And actually, Ajax is a tough team. They haven't lost a single game in the group stage under Ten Hag. I'm just saying, status-wise, they're not as big a club as Barca or Bayern or these guys. But hell, in terms of actual football and ability right now, maybe you just don't want to come up against Ajax, to be fair. And then Lille and Salzburg would be plum picks for us as well. Let's hope we get one of those, guys. Let's hope we get one of those. Yes, so... Right then, let's get into the live chat. That's pretty much all the latest news. Donny starts, Henderson starts, Matic captain, few injury problems, Varane, Pogba, not likely to come back anytime soon. Varane's obviously back to training, but he's probably not going to start in this game. Cavani, maybe, but probably not. Luke Shaw, maybe, and also Lingard, maybe as well. So that's basically it. That's basically the latest news and the latest preview. My score prediction for the game. Let's get your score predictions in the live chat quickly then. All of you legends that are in here right now, if you missed it at the start of the stream, I'll say it again now. 5-1 is the scoreline that I'm going for to United tomorrow. We're at home. We had a good turnout last time in terms of our performance. It was a new style. We're going to go with that same high-pressing, in-your-face style against Young Boys. We're not going to be a little passive counter-attacking bitch of a team like we were in the last game against Young Boys, getting split open on the counter, big styly as well. We'll be organised. We'll be in their face. We won't be letting them play so freely. We'll be closing them down. We'll have technical players in the side, even with a changed team, even with 11 changes in the team. We still got the players to dispatch of Young Boys. So I'm going for 5-1. I'm going for drubbings. I'm going for goals. I'm going for a Mason Greenwood brace, a Jadon Sancho goal. I'm going for a Donny van der Beek screamer, and capping it off with a cheeky little substitute goal by the Portuguese Magnifico himself, coming off the bench for the last 20, Bruno Fernandes. Get in there, my son! Just for the bants. Anyway, there you go. So that is my score prediction, 5-1. What's your score prediction, everybody? Do tell us in the live chat. Let's have a look. We're going to have a Q&A now, so we've reached the Q&A portion of the stream. We're just going to have a bit of a Q&A with you legends in the chat and see what you guys are thinking about for the game tomorrow. Thanks, everyone who's in here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe and all that jazz, and let's see what you guys think. 3-0 to United, says Eddie O2. Loving that prediction. 3-1, says Johnny. 3-0 says Jason Jones. Brendy B says taking Sporting Ronaldo and Bruno return. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? That's the one we want. Plus, it's the easiest game on paper anyway, I think. Sporting Lisbon. So that's actually a really good shout. I'd love to play them in the round of 16 and have Ronaldo and Bruno going back there as well. Mr. NLWT says 3-2 win. Get in there, Mr. NLWT. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah. Any win would do, really. It doesn't even matter if we get the win, but surely we want to be getting in the right winning style and the winning fashion and the right mentality. So a win is important right now, but it's not a necessity because we're already top in the group. 4-0, says Sam. Aaron Chapman says 4-0. 4-0 United clean sheet, says Naz. I'm not so sure about the United clean sheet. We have been ropey at the back. Listen, under Rangnick last game, like we discussed, when we got that clean sheet, it was the first clean sheet that we've had at Old Trafford in 15 games in all competitions. So we have been conceding a lot at Old Trafford. And that bucked the trend that game. But remember, we are still quite a ropey team. And Ralf Rangnick's only had a little bit of time to come in. Defensively, we've had a bit of ropiness throughout our season. We just have. Can't get away from that. If he's going to make changes tomorrow as well, in terms of understanding and personnel and all the rest of it, that might be a problem. You know, if you're making wholesale changes, if Luke Shaw comes back in, he gives an opportunity to Bailly, Lindelof, maybe, changing the midfield up a little bit. Maybe it's just one or two little holes creep in. Let's not pretend like Manchester United haven't been vulnerable at the back this season. Now, it's a totally different manager, but he's still not had the longest time to work. He has changed us already. You can see that from the previous game. We were much higher up, much more in your face with the pressing, and much more direct. And it was a joy to behold compared to the drab, counter-attacking, passive shite that we were served previously. To be fair, and I love Ole Gunnar, but this season was a drab affair. So, yeah, he might be able to get us playing that proper brand of gegenpress football again almost immediately. Let's not rule it out. But I'm not expecting anything miraculous tomorrow because we're making a lot of changes. These are some players coming in here. It's almost like a dodgy bunch of players, like what's the word? Like they're scabs or something. You know what I'm saying? They're coming in, they're taking the first teamer's place here, and they've got to take an opportunity or not. And so I'm not expecting like mad stuff from them because there is going to be a lot of changes. But I just think we're going to beat them considerably because we got better players than they do. It's as simple as that, really, even with our second string side. Leon thinks 10-1. Naz says this is a great community. You're damn right about that, Naz. This is known as the Bacon Brigade, the Gammon Gang, the Hamada, the Sausage Soldiers, and anybody else can think of any more, the Pork Platoon. We've got a lot of legends in the live chat here and in this community. You're right about that, Naz. It is a brilliant community. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the community here. Let's get some Bacon Brigade emojis and a hell yeah emoji in the live chat as well to celebrate this community because it is pretty freaking awesome. Everybody gets their say in this community as well. We try to read out as many comments from everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a member or a mod or whatever. Johnny M says Fury v White. Oh, he's mandatory, isn't he, for the WBC or what? When's that happening? Has that been announced? Dude, what's going on with Woodley v Jake Paul? So, Tommy Fury, sorry, I know we're talking about Man United, just for 1 second. Tommy Fury pulled out of that fight against Jake Paul. You fucking what, mate? For a chest infection or a bacterial infection or something, not being able to train. What a pansy. Hang on a second, I'm sorry, but he's supposed to be a fighting man. He's supposed to be able to turn up with one arm and beat Jake Paul, a fucking YouTuber. I think that's piss poor from Tommy Fury there. He's blatantly been paid not to fight. There you go, been paid not to fight. Why would he do that? It makes no sense. He was going to get a massive payday in order to fight. It makes zero sense. Even if he's got a chest, we're weeks out from the fight still. It's 11 days to fight. He could have got better. Man, oh man. I tell you now, if you give me $50,000, I'll step in the ring. Jake Paul tomorrow. And I haven't even fucking, and I haven't had any training, done nothing for fuck's sake. So why is Tommy Fury, a professional boxer, not prepared to step in after having a bit of a chest infection for a couple of weeks? It's pissed me off is what it's done. It's pissed me off. Anyway, I just feel like he, I know it's not football related here, but I just wanted to talk about it. I just feel like they've paid him not to fight or something. It's like they don't want the roller coaster to come to an end right now, so they've given him a bit of hush money to pull out of the fight, so they look like the good side, and they can still have this fight against Tyron Woodley, who's probably not been training properly because he didn't know he was fucking having the fight. Yeah, Jake Paul says he's been training, but he's only got 11 days properly to train for the fight now. He wins another one, maybe, goes down the line, maybe fights somebody else in between, somebody who's not a professional boxer, and then he has the big Tommy Fury payday down the line regardless, but he's got himself a couple more paydays before. It fucking makes sense, doesn't it? Come on. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to work out this fucking stinks. Anyway. I just don't get it. Anyway, let's get back onto the football, guys. Let's get back onto the football here. Andrew Costa says, I really hate the fights with celebs. I refuse to watch that shit. I know. Them two pansies can't box anyway, says Red Devils 20. Well, fair one. I know what you're saying, but it's kind of like, well, I wanted to see Jake Paul actually go up against a boxer. I know Tommy Fury's not the most experienced, and actually in his last fight against that MMA guy, whatever his name was, he Anthony something, he didn't even look that good. So yeah, I sort of hear what you're saying, but I just was wanting to see Jake Paul go up against a Fury, somebody who's actually a fighting man, not just some YouTuber or a basketballer or something, and see his heat take it clean off. That's what we all wanted, isn't it? But now he's going to fight Tyron Woodley probably for another fucking snooze fest. And Tyron's going to have to get a bloody I love Jake Paul even more tattoo on his fucking butt cheek or something this time. Oh. But anyway, Tommy Fury would have lost. He hasn't been under pressure. Do you think he would have lost against Jake Paul? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he would have done. I mean, Jake Paul's sort of okay, but he's obviously quite good in the sense that his experience for the amount of experience he's had, he looks quite good. I'd say that he's only had 3 years boxing experience. He does look quite good. I mean, that will happen when you're training with like top trainers, and you can pay all the trainers and you dedicate all your life like living like a pro boxer. So he's obviously decent. I'm not disputing the fact. I think he's decent, but I'm just saying the fact that Tommy Fury's pulled out of that one is pussy stuff, because I'd step in the ring with that guy tomorrow for 50 G's, baby. Dana, 50 G's, baby. And honestly, I'm not even joking, because it's an easy payday. It's an easy payday. But there you go. Right, let's get back into the live chat then, guys. We're going to stick around for a few minutes more. Do have your say on anything we've discussed. Kieran Nichols, sorry to disappoint you, mate. There is actually going to be no FIFA tonight. It will be back tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm just going to hang out with Mrs. P tonight. She's not free for another night this week, so this is the only night we can really hang out. So better make the most of it. Balance and all that, sir, Stewie Pope says Sebastian Haller has now scored more Champions League goals than Eden Hazard. He only made his debut in the competition in September. Wow, is that true, Stewie? Stewie Poe, that's quite an impressive stat if that's legit, lad. I find that pretty amazing. Eamon Khalik says Fury's overrated. You're talking about Tommy or Tyson? Tommy, I think it's fair enough. He is overrated. I watched his last fight. He didn't look that good, so fair enough. John McCulloch says, fuck the boxing, let's talk football. Absolutely, John. Paul and Woodley are both gashed, says Big Girl Bob. Yeah, well, Tyron Woodley was a great MMA fighter. If you watch Tyron Woodley in his heyday, he was super legit. But as a boxer, clearly in that last fight, I've just felt like he didn't even go for it. Like it's almost like an agreement to not knock each other out, it seems, which is just pathetic. Because there was one moment where he hit him with a decent stiff hand, and he could have just followed it up with a flurry and tried to finish Jake Paul, and he doesn't. And that makes me think, well, they're not really fighting like they got the championship on the line and they're trying to take the other person's head off. It's just a fucking exhibition. Roshmano says, Tommy Fury is the Carlton Palmer of the boxing world. Very much so. / Darren Anderson. Did he say no FIFA? Yes, no FIFA tonight, Jimmy J. Sorry, but we'll be back tomorrow and every day until Monday. Magnus, what's up there, Magnus? How you doing? You met Carlton Palmer, did you, Ryan? Bet he was a nice guy. What do you think about the match tomorrow? I'm going 5-1 Flax. There's my team line up there on the screen. I'll make it a bit bigger in case you can't see it. But that's what I think he's going to go with. Greenwood, Elanga, Lingard, Sancho, Matic, Donny, Telles, Bailly, Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Henderson. Give a few players, good few players a rest. Rotate, give some opportunities to some youngsters, such as Elanga and Greenwood. Hello there, the Cake Cadet. What's going on, my man? How you doing? Let's get some cake emojis in there. Hope you're doing good. K-Wars comments, get in there, my son. Tuning in late and Pig's still live. What's on your team sheet? It's so small, I can't read it. Let me put it back over here for a second and get it a bit bigger here, man, so you guys can see what I'm dealing with. So Henderson starts in goal. We know that. Donny and Matic, we know that for a fact. It looks like Maguire will not be playing because Rangnick confirmed Matic would be the captain. It also looks like Ronaldo probably won't play either, but you just don't know about that because, he's the GOAT, but it just in this game, it doesn't really make all that much sense. Jesse Lingard, Luke Shaw might be coming into play instead of Telles, but just got a feeling Telles is going. Add or subtract says 5-1, LOL. Yeah, 5-1. I feel like we probably will concede because we're going to be playing more or less all-out attack football at home against a team we should be attacking against. We're going to press high up. We're going to create a lot of chances. We're going to score a lot of goals. But I think we might concede one. Elanga is the future. Yes, Kate Cadet, mate. Can't wait to see him play if he does play tomorrow. I agree. He could be a great player for us. So shit footballer, says Rushbody, who was a bit bang average, wasn't it? What was that? Wasn't there a TV advert some years ago? What was it where Carlton Palmer's like in the bath with someone? Do you remember that? Like somebody goes, I can't really remember at all what it's about now, but it's burnt in my memory. Just this image of Carlton Palmer coming up from the water. and being like, hi, or something like, I'm having a bath with you now, or something like that. Who remembers what I'm on about? Oh, Alex Walker, that sucks, man. I hope you can get it fixed very soon, man. K War says Donny and De Jong reunion. Are you talking about the link with Frankie De Jong, are you, sir? Fair play to you. We'll have to wait and see a little bit more about that one. I know. I don't think Barca are going to let him go either, but there is links with Manchester United, as we discussed it a couple of days ago, in regards to De Jong having links with Manchester United and the potential that Barca are looking to move one or two players on. Ousmane Dembele is another one that might be bandied around. Coutinho. There's a few players that could be well on the way out very soon at Barca. If Mrs. P was there, she'd be in the stream. Lies, says Bell 601. Well, she's in the other room at the moment. I don't know if she wants to say hello. Mrs. P! She's actually locked up in the dungeon at the moment, Bell 6091. So, you know, a bit awkward, mate. Bit awkward. Nice Context says, are you sure Ronaldo will start benched? I mean, you can never be sure, can you? You can never be sure because it depends on the game. Like I've said, if I'm Ronaldo, I'm going into that game and I'm wanting to play, even though we're already through. It's top of the league. We've got Norwich on Saturday. All those factors, I'm still wanting to play because it's the Champions League and I'm the GOAT of the Champions League. I'm the all-time goal scorer in the Champions League. So Lionel Messi scored 2 goals tonight, taken the headlines. You know, Ronaldo wants to take the headlines tomorrow night with a hat-trick. That's his mentality. So he will definitely want to play. Whether or not Rangnick lets him or wants him to is another question, but he will definitely want to. I just think that he'll probably save him for the next game because, you know, this game is pointless. It's meaningless. We don't need to win this game. We don't need to risk Ronaldo in this game. You can let him have a rest so he's 100% for the game against Norwich. That is the idea anyway. But then again, you know, it is Ronaldo. He's so fit in condition. Like, he could play 55 minutes against young boys and bag you a brace. No dramas. So it depends. We don't know yet. This is, of course, none of this selection here is guaranteed. You know, none of it is. The only ones that we know about, and even they could change depending on what happens before the game, the only ones we know for a fact that are starting are Henderson, Donny and Matic. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, everybody else is just speculation from myself. Rushy says we've got 170 likes. Get in there. Smash the thumbs up on the video if you have not done so. It'd be much appreciated to get to 200 likes. Hit the thumbs up. Nicola! Bell says you're not here. Kind of cool says TR7 going to destroy the young boy, says kind of cool. Yeah, that sounds a bit messed up, kind of cool. But you're right. Whichever way you say it, it's hard not to sound, not to make it sound weird when you're talking about smashing up young boys. It's true. You know, we do have them tomorrow. We've got the Manchester United, you know, Ralf Rangnick. He's gonna obviously have to go to town on them. Oh my God! Judas says, explain how Man United always get lucky with the draws. I don't know if they always do, mate. I mean, we have done, this season was quite a good lucky Champions League draw, I suppose, but you know, it doesn't always happen. Naz says, GGMU, Man United 3-2, Young Boys or 2-0. Well, okay to Judah, fair enough. Well, they don't have anything to play for either. This is the thing. They've not been in great form in their own league. I believe they got beaten by Zurich recently, and I think they lost their last game against some team I've never heard of as well. So it's not like they're in good form. Man United should smash them to pieces. Jimmy J says, Young Boys going to get that. Oh, no, the penetrazione. Well, on the pitch, it's going to be a goal fest tomorrow for us, hopefully, says Malps. Ronaldo will play, says Martin Hermansen. Okay, what do you think, guys? Ronaldo starts or bench? Start or bench? What do you think? Start or bench? Ronaldo. What do you think? I'm not saying what do you want. I'm saying what do you think? Because Rangnick could play him, but it kind of risks him for no good reason at all. And, you know, you can save him for that Norwich game, and it just makes more sense to do that from my point of view. But maybe not. Start, says Batman Night Fan. Start, says Ryan. Start, says Johnny. Start, says Add or Subtract. Rest Ronaldo, says Jimmy. Bench, says Jay. Bench, says Chris Martin. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But stupid game to play Ronaldo in, though. We literally don't need to play him. We could give chances to youngsters here. Greenwood, Lingard, anybody. You don't have to play Ronaldo here. You know, it's a waste of... It's like, are you... You know, I don't really have a good example to think of, but would you take Lewis Hamilton around in his fucking F1 car and take him down as the supermarket to do fucking donuts? No, you don't need that, do you? You know, you take your Vauxhall fucking Nova down there to do fucking donuts. You know what I mean? You don't take your F1 car down as the car park, mate, do you? That's kind of what I'm thinking though. Like, it's a bit of a strange game for him to come in and play when we've already won the game, the group, and we're already through. First 45 says Sam, rest says Naz, Tijuda says bench says Movlog 777, bench says Aiden Feeney. Who knows? If I'm Ronaldo, I want to play, he wants to score Champions League goals and get the victories. So he will want to play, and maybe he'll say to Rangnick, look, yes, boss, I want to play, boss. Premier League game Saturday, rest the starter, says Jimmy J. Makes sense, doesn't it? I'm with you. Rest, says the Vutinator. Totally agree with you. Ronaldo needs the goals, so he replaces Martin Hermansen. He's big enough, though, to take a seat back and know what's best for the team, though. And as much as he will want to play in this game to add to his Champions League tally, it's just gonna make him more fired up to come in there against Norwich and smash in a hat-trick. So I'd say rest, but I can understand your thinking there, Martin. And if I'm Ronaldo, I want to play too. Hashim Ali says, going to the match tomorrow, hoping he does play, but I don't think it will happen. I'll fair play to Hasham. Hopefully a good game full of goals for United, lad. Luke Steeb says, Germans don't use their sports cars during the week. Bench. True, he's turning up in the old Volkswagen Lupo during the week, and then he's out in the old the Z4 or whatever at the weekend. I appreciate that. Ryan says, I want him to play. He's a machine. He doesn't need rest. Even machines need some rest. Even machines like Ronaldo need some rest, surely. Rushmano says, you're right, Pig, because the turning circle on an F1 car is so poor. I'll get my coat. Well, if you're Max Verstappen, it is. Jarvis says, Ronaldo is not stupid. He will rest up and be 100% for the Norwich match. Fair play to Jarvis. I think so too. Game off for Ronaldo, says Eamon Barrett. Tijuda says, who do you think is going to play against in the round of 16? Well, I'd love to see us draw Salzburg, which is actually another, RB brand club. Or I'd love to see us maybe draw Sporting in the next round. Sporting Lisbon, Ronaldo and Bruno going back there as well. They'd like that too. So, yeah, I'd like to see that. Plus, they're the two easiest draws, I think, left in it. Andrew Cos says, needs to be a fairly heavy rotation, really. I think too many games. Spot on, Andrew Cos. Got to give Ronaldo a rest. CR7 start 100%. This is like the friendly match that needed to get whatever rights is kind of cool. True, but Ronaldo's kind of like in a league of his own, mate, really. You don't need to train Ronaldo to in the system, absolutely. You can do that in training. He doesn't have to play against young boys. Aaron Chapman says, Ahmed will come on and show everyone who is the best young boy is. Fair play to you, Aaron Chapman. I hope you're good. I hope you're right there as well. Sancho maybe could be dropped for Diallo if he could come in there. On top of a lot of games, also good chance for Ralf to see other players, so rotation makes sense. Spot on, Andrew Cos. Changes are coming here. This is going to be, it might even be 11 changes. It probably won't, though, because you can have Lindelof's probably going to start. Tellez may do, but it could be more or less 8 or 9 changes in this team from the previous fixture. Gives Elanga and Mason some minutes. They need to be in the race and get their pace again. Spot on, Sam. Yes, give us some minutes. Elanga's a good one for the future. Can't wait to see what he can do. Talk MU, lad. How you doing, mate? Says Ronnie will no doubt take part at some point. That's a fair point. Could come off the bench or could start and not play that long. That's a fair point. Thanks, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we're pretty much going to wrap up this video pretty much here then, because we've done the preview. We've covered the latest Manchester United news, and we've had a good old chat. And it's getting late. I've just seen the time. It's 11:15 at night, my friends. What time did we start this stream? Shit, man. We've been waffling on for over an hour and a half here. Crikey, mate. Time flies when we're having fun with the Bacon Brigade. But you know what we're going to do, though? Crikey, have you seen the size of it? Well, you know what we're going to do before we go, though? 213 of you legends. Twat the thumbs up button before you go. Let's get 200 likes on the stream. Hit the like. Leave a like before you go. It's free to do. That's all I ask. And also hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. If it's your first time on the channel, smash that subscribe. Follow us on social media as well. We're on Flying Pig United at... we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flying Pig United. Same as the YouTube channel, but with no spaces, Flying Pig United, and also the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Thank you very much, Bill691. She is here. Mrs. P. Aidan McDonald says, at work today, mate, a woman was screaming at my co-worker for no reason and insulting him after he served her. He said to the next customer, quote, Gordon Ramsay, welcome, madam, excuse the old bag. That is a classic episode, my son. Crikey, that's a big one, Aaron Chapman. Okay, guys, Ryan, Andrikos, Vutinator, Aaron, Ryan, Martin, kind of cool. Everyone else as well. Thank you for watching this stream. Do come back after it's finished as well. I always love to see the comments on the previews of everyone's starting lineups and the score predictions and formation predictions as well. So come back, get your starting 11 in the not live comments after it's finished, and also tell me who you think, what you think the scoreline's going to be tomorrow. I'm going 5-1. Cheers, Wiggy, as well. Absolute channel member legend, Wiggy. Have a good one, Wiggy. Big God Bob as well. The Vutinator, Naz, Andrikos, everyone, all the moderators, Rushmano, all the mods, all the members. Thank you so much to everybody for supporting the channel and everybody else who's watching as well and been a part of this community. Shout out to you, legends. All hail the Bacon Brigade. Long live the Gammon Gang. Bow down to the sausage soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hopefully United do get us a good win tomorrow. Hopefully a good opportunity for Rangnick to work on some things. Good experimentational game for him to play different players and, tweak the system and just have another look at, just what he wants to do at United with this current set of players and see who's maybe going to take the step up and impress him. So really, really great time. A really great game, hopefully, for us tomorrow. Thank you, Kinda Cool. Appreciate that, Kinda Cool. Thank you, Eddie O2. Have a great night, dude. Johnny, Sam, Naz, Rushmano, Ryan, Jarvis Cocker. Thank you, Jarvis. Appreciate that. Says great show, mate. Thank you, Jarvis. Thank you for all the support over the years as well, mate. We've got to get you on one of these post-match shows soon, mate. Cool homies and everyone else. That's it from me. Have a great night. No FIFA tonight. Sorry about that, but we will be back tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with FIFA. So don't worry about that. We'll be back on after the United game doing that tomorrow night. Have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow. We'll be back half an hour before the watch-along as well, before the game for the watch-along. I think it's 8 p.m. kickoff, isn't it? Not 8:15. So 8 p.m. kickoff. We'll be on here about 7:30 p.m., dudes. See you tomorrow. Stay classy. Have yourselves a good one. And come on, United. We're going to smash up young boys. Oh, no, wait. We're going to beat them. Right, see you in a bit, guys. Take it easy. This is the pig. Come on, United. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. So